A shocking Bengals trade is incoming. A recent report shows a blockbuster trade involving the Detroit Lions and Cincinnati Bengals concerning Trey Hendrickson. We're going to break it down, see what kind of trade this would mean for both sides, including Trey Hendrickson. Welcome to the jungle. This is Isaac Coffman with Bengals Digest. I hope you're having a great day and want to welcome you in. If you are not already subscribed, be sure you smash that subscribe button because you could be a part of the 76% watching this video right now and not already subscribed. We appreciate you so much. If you hit that subscribe button, we are coming up on 2,000 subscribers. We want you to join in and hear your voice on what you think of all the news, all the breaking news as they come out concerning the Bengals in this off season. Well, a recent report just came out that would be a blockbuster trade with the Detroit Lions, and it concerns a little player. You've probably heard him before. He's been in the off season a lot. Trey Hendrickson. That is what the trade would revolve around. The biggest thing about Hendrickson this offseason is he has come out to say he does not want to play under his current contract. He is owed about $16 million this year and feels he should be getting more. He had 17.5 sacks last year. He led the league. So that warrants his market value to be more. The Bengals have come out and said they're willing to pay more. They feel that he deserves that for the production that he showed. The report showed that the Bengals came up to $28 million, a pretty big increase from his $16 million. However, he turned that down. So the problem seems to be that the Bengals and Hendrickson are not in agreement on the amount he feels he should be paid. The market value is there. You have Myles Garrett commanding about $40 million, others that are around the $30 to $35 million. It's hard to say, but Hendrickson is probably wanting somewhere in the 30 to 35 million. So what does that mean? Well, the Bengals have been quiet. Hendrickson has been the opposite. He's been very vocal, showing his displeasure with it, saying, again, he will not play on this contract. That meaning he could sit out this year. There's also shown in the beginning of the offseason, the Bengals allowed Hendrickson to seek a trade partner, willing to let him go and see what kind of interest is out there. The problem therein was teams were interested, but the Bengals are wanting at least a first-round pick in return for Hendrickson, and those teams didn't seem interested. So the trade talks have kind of died down, but this report just came out, and I'm going to admit, it's kind of bonkers to consider. Let's look at the breakdown of what this would mean for both sides. So you've got what the Lions are going to receive. They would get, obviously, Trey Hendrickson, he would be a part of this trade, and then also a 2026 third-round pick. What's so bonkers, though? Okay, right here it says the Bengals would receive a first-round pick. Interesting, because, again, the Bengals showed they wanted that, but teams were not willing. Going back to maybe the Lions, they've had that issue with Aiden Hutchinson. He was injured. They didn't have as much of that pressure, the pass pressures that they needed. So maybe they would give up a first round pick because they'd feel they want that depth. They want that guy to be partnered with Hutchinson. That would also give the Bengals. So keep that in mind. First round pick, 2027 second round pick. Okay. That would be a plus two. 2026 fifth round conditional. Okay. We'll see where that's going. Here's where it gets crazy. DJ Reader. I think the Bengals are familiar with this guy. That's just bonkers to me. The first round pick alone, if you were to tell me that, as much as I think Hendrickson is essential for the Bengals, I really enjoyed him as a player. There's so much that he's contributed to this team. But I'm sorry, sign me up. First round pick and DJ Reader. I feel like that's a no-brainer. If that was presented to the Bengals, you'd have to think they would take that. Again, going back to they want that first-round pick. So if they could get Hendrickson on all the drama, that could leave town, and in return you get that first-round pick and DJ Reader. That's a huge win. Now, let's keep in mind here, when it comes to DJ Reader, he is only under contract for 1 year as well. So if you consider hit with Hendrickson, he is 1 year left, 16 million. Well, DJ Reader, he is also 1 year, but his salary is 11 million. So right there, you're also going to save more money on the salary cap. DJ Reader has shown that his presence was so big for everyone around him. Logan Wilson, linebacker, his stats dipped. You look at Jermaine Pratt, his stats dipped. He was such a force in the middle for the Bengals on that Super Bowl team that when he left, you could see they have been trying to replace him. Now, no knock against BJ Hill, because BJ Hill is also a big piece of that defensive line, being there in the middle. But DJ Reader was just a piece that I feel like once he left, they've been trying to replace him. Now, given you'd only get him on a 1 year deal, so this isn't the most amazing thing to get him back. You'd only have him for that year, but you're considering you're getting a first round pick in return. That just screams to me like that would be something the Bengals would jump all over. Now, on the flip side, what would that mean for the Detroit Lions? Well, again, going back to, you've got Aiden Hutchinson. He is a guy, they pretty much are making him like the franchise player of the defense. He was just on a tear. He would have led the league in sacks if he did not have that season-ending injury. So to the Lions, they had arguably the best team in franchise history last year. They were on a run to go to the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, because of Aiden Hutchinson's injury, they probably feel like if he would have been healthy, they would have went farther, at least in the playoffs, if not to the Super Bowl. You put Hendrickson and Hutchinson, you've just pretty much punched yourself a playoff ticket for sure, but you're going to be going deep, if not to the Super Bowl. So as a Lions fan, as a franchise, I could see this. I could see them saying, we're going to be giving up a lot. We're going to have to take on Hendrickson. He's going to want more money. We're going to have to give up a first round pick. We're going to have to give up a second round. It also talks about how it's a conditional pick. So let's just say that this does go down, that the Lions are willing to do that. It's a 2026 fifth round pick. It's conditional, going on what would be Hendrickson's production. So if Hendrickson got a lot of playing time, if they were going to the playoffs, those types of things, those factors that would go into it, it could elevate to even a fourth round pick, depending on the production on Hendrickson's side. So all interesting stuff when you break it down, because this feels like a win-win. Obviously, if you're a Lions side, you think, well, why would they do that? Why would they give up the first round? It comes back to the team that beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. That is the Los Angeles Rams. They went all in. They were paying guys. They were getting those big contracts. But what happened? They ended up winning the Super Bowl. So if the Lions decide they want to do that, if they want to go all in, this could be a trade we see happening. Just keep that in mind. It's something to think about. I think you gotta pull the trigger on that. You gotta do that. Again, I think Hendrickson is a great player. When we went to go see them at the Ravens game, he was that guy that was kind of pumping up the team. He's a team player guy. I mean, you got to enjoy what he's done for this team. You got to like the guy when you hear him in the interviews. Obviously, he's been more vocal and more on the negative side. But when talking about the city of Cincinnati and the Bengals, he's been positive. He's enjoyed it. So you'd hate to see a guy like that go. However, love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this kind of a trade? Would you want the Bengals to do that trade? Do you think it would be a fair trade for both sides, or even realistic? Comment below what you think. And do you think Hendrickson should be on the Bengals, or do you think he should be traded? If not, the Lions, is there another team that they might be able to work out a deal? So comment below. And again, if you're not already subscribed, it means so much to us. Smash that subscribe button. We're on our way to our 2,000 subscribers. We want you to be a part of that. So thank you so much for your time. And again, let's just be on the watch for if any trades drop. We will let you know, because this is an exciting time as we come up on this 2025 season. So that'll do it for now, guys. As we say, Who Dey.